So now I am discussing the presenting a data. So first, to present the data, we can use the bar graph. So this is a normal rectangular kind of the shape on your of bars. So we use your like to study the COVID cases in different cities. So we may say this is your Gurgaon city, this is your Delhi, this is your Mumbai, this is your Pune, or they may be in a 10,000 form, right? These are in 10K form. So these height shows that the 40,000 in Gurgaon, your 25 in Delhi. So these are random. I am just taking 35,000 in Mumbai, and similarly 45,000 in your Pune. So we have one graph that is called the your bar graph. This is used to represent the data in your graphical form. So another category we have in keeping in mind in bar graph, we never touch the graphs with each other, never touch the bars with each other. These are the separately, and these graph we use for the when we comparison with the single categories or single quantity mainly. So similarly, we have the another category that is called the histogram. So histogram is another kind of the bar that use bar in its display. These we use for the quantitative data, the range called the classes. So one example we are discussing here. Suppose we have the total some data is here. We have the entry 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the entries, and their corresponding frequency f are your 1 in 0 case, 4 in this 1 case, 6 in case of 2, 4 in case of 3, and 1 in this case. So if you see here, the total sum of these are your 16. So total frequency of these are your 16. So in histogram, this complete area, area you see in this histogram, this complete area is called the total frequency. That is, in our case, is 16. So in your first case, the area should be covered by the 0 should be of 1 by 16th, and by covered by the random variables x is equal to 1 is should be 4 by 16, right? Similarly 6 by 16, similarly 4 by 16, and 1 by 16. So you may take the count from your, so this first height represent the area of your 1 by 16. So this complete is your 1 by 16. This up to height 4. This is up to height 6 units. This is up to height 4 units. This is up to height 1 units, right? So here we may write here only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So these height just represent the similar as your in your bar graph, but in histogram, if you add these all, this should be a total frequency of the system, and we always attach two graphs with each other. There should be no gap between these graphs, right? So these are called the histogram, right? Hope so it's okay. So next example, represent the following data by means of histogram. So we needed to represent this data in a form of the histogram. First data is 10 to 15 unit 7 number of workers. These are the wages given in your hundreds. So 1500 to 2000 is 19. Similarly, this table is given, this data is given to us. So first thing, before drawing the graph, you just need you to check what is the minimum class interval here. So if you see the class size is your 5, second is also it's 5, but if you go here 30 to 40, so class size is here 10, here it is 20, here it is 30. So the class size should be same in all these, right? So because the histogram, each height, each bar represent the area covered. So that's why. So we choose here the minimum class interval, which is your 5 here. So we choose the minimum class interval is 5. So we divide the frequency into the size of 5 only. So if 30 and 40 is of size 10, so we divide this into two frequencies. You may say 30 to 35, 35 to 40. And similarly 40 to 60, the size is your 20. Similarly 60 to 80 size is 20. So we divide this also into a 4 parts. So we may say we divide this particular frequency into two equal parts. So if it is 12, so we divide this into a 6 and 6. Similarly here we divide into 4 parts. So we divide this into 4, that is 3. So here also divide by 4, that means it is 2. So we may divide the interval into a size of 5 with these frequencies only. Like these bases, here we have number of worker in these last 3 cases are 12, 8. And the magnitude of these are the class are 10, 20, 20. So we divide this into 2 equal parts, these into a 4 equal parts. So those equal parts are here 6, 3 and 2 respectively. Now when you go for the histogram, if you are 10 to 15, your height is 7 unit. 15 to 20, your height is 19. Similarly, your 20 to 25, it is your something 27. Similarly, your 15 and 6. Now here, when you see for 30 to 40, as per as our table is concerned, it was given, it is 12 unit. But if you draw here with the height of 12 units, like something here, with the width 10 units. So if you see the area, that is length into breadth, so that is your 12 into 10, that is 120, right? But if you see here, the area covered by this, the height 19, that 5 is your width, height is your 19. So if you check this area, so the 30 to 40 area should be in the same proportionate. So that's why we decrease this height of 12 by the height of 6, so that it divide into a 2 category, 30 to 35 and 35 to 40, so that the proportionate area covered by this class interval should be same. So we choose the height 6 instead of 12. Similarly in 40 to 60, we divide the 12 into a 4 equal parts, so that proportionate area should be same. So it is your 3 and here it is 2. Hope so. Okay. Next kind of the graph is called the polygon, frequency polygon. In this, we first draw the histogram. So suppose this data is given to us. We normally draw the histogram with height as per given in statement, with the 5, 12, 15, 22, 14 and 4 respectively. After that, we choose the center point of the top of your bar. Then join the center point of consecutive bars. So similarly, joining these straight line between two adjacent points, we make one curve kind of thing, that is called, because these are joined by the lines, so it is called the polylines, or you may say polygons. So this is called the frequency polygons, because these represent the frequency of your data, right? Now your frequency we can rewrite your frequency in a different form, that is your less than cumulative frequency category, also more than cumulative frequency. So in your less than cumulative frequency, if we see this above example, we can write this into a less than cumulative frequency and your more than cumulative frequency. So in case of less than, we take the upper limits always. Why upper limit? Because this data says that the 5 number of students get the marks between 10 to 12. So from this table, we may say this is less than 20. So less than 20 are 5 students. If we say less than 30, so less than 30, we have number of students are 5 also and 12 also. So in that case, so in that case, in less than 30 case, our 10 to 20 and 20 to 30 are also part of less than 30. So for of that, we can, in less than 20, we write 5 only. But in less than 30, we write 5 plus 12. Hope so it's okay. Similarly, for the less than 40 case, we add all above 3 cases. That means we already added 17. So 17 plus next entry, that is 15. So it is your 32 now. When you say less than 50, so all these cases are the part of less than 50. So we add all these frequencies. So all these frequencies up to 22, 32 we already added. Now we include 22 in that. That is called the 54. Similarly, for up to 60, we add one more entry, that is 14. So it is 68. Similarly, one more entry for the less than 70 case we can add, that is your 4. That total frequency of this system is 64. You may add all these are 72. Now similarly, we can calculate the more than cumulative frequency. And for the more than cumulative frequency, if you see here in the same table, all these data is more than 10. So in your more than category, we start with or taken your lower limits. So more than 10. So all these are the more than 10. So we take the total sum of this, that is your 72 in our case. So similarly, for when you say more than 20, so more than 20 means your accept first entry, that is your 5. So we just subtract 5 from your 72 and we get your 67. Similarly, more than 30, we also subtract your 12 from, because more than 30 means accept first 2 entries. So we can subtract 12 also from this. Similarly, more than 40, we subtract 15 also, and so on. We can calculate all up to your, this is your last, then more than 60, then we subtract 14 and one more entry here. We say more than 70 and that last entry is your 4 minus 4 is 0. You may include this or you may not, it's your choice, no problem, because your table is up to 60 to 70. So we may stop here also, no problem. So these are called the less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency. So by using these two frequency, we are able to draw the curves. Those are called the ogive, right? So in ogive, we choose less than cumulative frequency and also more than cumulative frequency. So in your x-axis, you mark the frequencies like your these less than 20, 30, 40, 60, 50, 60, 70 like this, right? And with the 20, suppose this is your 20. So we take the heights here. Height of 20 is your 5. Similarly, for 30 it is your 17 something. So similarly we draw the graph. So the if you see here in a graph, similar graph you can draw, right? So this auxiliary graph is the lower is the not from this data, that is the random graph. But if you want to draw the auxiliary graph for this, you can draw. We may draw right now. Uh, so we just take x-axis, then your y-axis. So here it is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70 suppose. So it is 20, 30. Similarly, this is your, sorry, we should start with 10. 10, 20, similarly 30, 40, 50, 60, and this last one is your 70. And we just take this height as your 10 units, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So this is your height 10 units, 20 units, 30 units, 40 units, 50, 60, 70, and also I am writing because our maximum entry is your 72, so we may include here 80 also. So as far as the graph is concerned, at 20 your height should be your 5. It should be something here. Oh, sorry, 20 it's your height should be something here. At 30 it is 17, so it should be something here. These are the rough graph I am drawing. At 40 it should be 32, something here. And 50 it should be at 54, something here. At 60 it is your 68, something here. And at 70 it is 72, something here. Now join this. Right, so this is the rough graph. This is less than kind of the frequency curve. Similarly, more than at 10 it is given in above table, that is 72. So we can start from 10, it is 72. It is 20, it is 67. Similarly 30 it is 55. Similarly 40 it is something 40. And at 50 it is 18. Similarly at 60 it is 4. And then 70 it is 0. So we may join these are by freehand only. So this is the curve. 70 it may say 0. So this is called the auxiliary curve. One more important thing in this curve, this we draw with your less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency, and that intersecting point, this one, if you watching this intersecting point, you just drop the perpendicular of this x-axis. So this is your called the median. If you calculate the median, that we discuss later on in a detail, but if you want to calculate the median, we can calculate by just using this graph also. The intersecting point of your less than and more than auxiliary is called the median. So this is your median. Just a minute. So So this particular point, this one is called the median. So this is the another example of Zayv curve. We take the less than frequency curve, which is on the upper limit of each interval, and the on lower limit we draw the more than cumulative frequency curve. And the point which is intersecting point, that point is called the median. This intersecting point is called the median. So thank you. Today I am stopping here only. Next we will discuss in next lecture the measure of central tendency. Thank you.